Class 5 subject science. Today's topic is soil erosion and conservation. Here there are a few questions. Where do plants get nutrients from? So can you guess where do plants get nutrients? Nutrients means the requirement for the plant to grow. From where do they get? They get it from the soil. Where do earthworms live? Have you ever seen earthworms? Earthworms, they live in the soil. Okay. How is soil important for us? As you all know that from the previous question, plants need what? Soil. Earthworms need soil. That means animals need soil. But how is soil important for human beings? Soil is important for human beings because plants get nutrients from the soil. And we human beings depend on the plants for our food. So, in return, even human beings need soil. Okay? So, soil is present. Where is soil present? It is present on the uppermost layer of the earth. And what does soil contain? Soil contains many things like broken rocks, dead remains of plants and animals, air, dust, and many other things. Soil is enriched with minerals. So, in soil we find minerals. And it is also home for many small animals such as earthworms, ants, and many microorganisms. Microorganisms are organisms which we cannot see with our eyes. We need microscope to see that. Okay. So that those are called as microorganisms. So in this chapter we are going to study about soil erosion and how can we conserve soil. Importance of soil. Soil is very important as it provides nutrients to plants so that plants grow well. Many animals like rabbits, ants, earthworms and rats live in the soil. So it is home for many animals. We use materials from the soil such as clay for constructing buildings, roads and other structures. It is a source of useful minerals. And how is soil formed? We can learn it now. Formation of soil. Soil is formed from rocks. The process of breaking down of rocks due to the action of natural forces such as rain, wind, flowing water and heat of the sun is called weathering of rocks. So, sun heats up the rocky surface of the earth. Then what happens? Rain showers cools the rocky surface of the earth. Because of repeated heating of the sun and cooling of the rain, what happens is there are cracks in the rocks or in the mountains. These small pieces of rocks further break into tiny particles of soil over many years. Okay, so these rocks, small rocks break and then further they break into tiny particles, means tiny pieces, okay, of soil over many years. After a very long time, the soil is formed. Flowing water carries the cracked pieces of rocks and breaks them into more smaller pieces. Okay, so the water which flows carries these. When the rubbing of the rocks takes place, these small pieces of rocks become more tiny. Okay, this is how the soil is formed. So soil is not formed within 1 or 2 days. It has taken millions of years to form. Next we will go to types of soil. Crops grown by farmers depend on the type of soil which is available to them in a particular place. Soil comprises, that means soil contains different particles such as fine particles of sand. Fine particles means very thin, that is very like powdered form. That is called as fine particles of sand, silt and clay. So these are the three things which the soil contains: sand, silt and clay. Based on the type of Based on the type and amount of these particles in soil, it is of three types. Okay. The first soil is sandy soil. Sandy soil, it is the coarse soil. Coarse soil means it is rough, which contains mostly sand. Its water holding capacity is very less. This sandy soil does not hold water. For example, if you go to a desert, if you pour a glass of water, does the soil hold it? No. It will all go inside the soil. It just absorbs and goes down. So that means the sandy soil does not hold water. The plants grown in sandy soil are mostly lettuce, strawberry, peppercorn, etc. And even tomatoes are grown in sandy soil. Next type of soil is loamy soil. It contains adequate amount of sand, silt and clay. That means this loamy soil is containing all these three types of soil. That is sandy soil, then clayey soil and silt. It retains more water than sandy soil. This soil is used for gardening and agriculture. So mostly agriculture is carried on in loamy soil because it holds the water. The things grown in this type of soil is sweet corn, okra. Okra is nothing but lady's finger. Okay. Then radish, eggplant. Eggplant is nothing but it is brinjal. Okay. Then carrot, beans and spinach. Next type of soil is clay soil. Clay soil, it has a high percentage of fine particles. It retains more water than any other soil. It becomes sticky when it is wet. Okay. So the clay soil absorbs more of water. Okay. Then Brussels sprouts and cabbage grow well in this soil. Next we will learn about layers of soil. Soil is made up of three layers. Okay, how many layers? Three layers. Topsoil, subsoil and bedrock. Okay, soil is made up of three layers: topsoil, subsoil and bedrock. Topsoil is the topmost layer of the soil. It has sand and clay. It is rich in humus. Now what is the meaning of humus? Humus is the remains of dead plants and animals mixed in the soil. And this humus is very good for growing the plants. Okay. And it has many nutrients and holds water. It also retains air. That means the top soil contains air. And because of that only, many animals live here. Like rabbits, as you all know, rats, earthworms, they need what? Air to breathe. So although they are inside the soil, but they can breathe because there is air in the soil, in the topmost soil. Next layer of soil is subsoil. So beneath the topsoil lies the subsoil. This layer contains pieces of rocks. Okay, it has less humus and lesser water than the topsoil. So most of the water is found in the topsoil. Subsoil contains little lesser water compared to the topsoil. Third layer is the bedrock. This is the lowermost layer of soil. This layer mainly consists of large pieces of rocks. It supports the upper layers of the soil. So that means this is like a foundation of a building. Okay. So this layer, the beneath layer contains more of rocks so that it is supporting the topsoil and the subsoil.